The following presentation does not represent Australian opinion or intellect. We do not speak for any religious order or ethnic minority. We are not political scientists or uni graduates. We're insignificant upper-lower class scum, comparing notes and airing grievances. It's just our opinion. Deal with it.
No way that GST will ever be part of our policy.
Never ever.
Never ever, it's dead.
If they don't like it, go back to where they're from.
It is a big idea.
You know, we don't need them.
A new world order. By 1990, no Australian child will be living in poverty.
This is why you don't get fucking that. Anyway, don't get him started.
I thought they were good. That's the dirtiest look you've ever given me.
Said I gave him the dirtiest look ever when we were in 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
What were you saying?
Should I get a curry? Because I asked if you had a microwave here.
I do.
And just eat my,
He was looking at all the Insta meals, like the bolognese and shit. And you know what I remember, man?
That shit's rubbish, man.
I know. You know what I remember? I remember when the old lady went to Greece in 2003.
Yeah.
I was at Coles in Clayton, and I was looking to see what I was going to make for dinner that night, and this guy was with me, and we're walking along, and then I saw the risotto, and I said, maybe I should make risotto. And I said, okay, it's going to take too long. And I said to myself, or maybe instant risotto. And this guy said, don't you dare. That's what he said.
And you want to get curry from 7-Eleven?
How quickly they fall. 15 years
Sometimes you
later.
just say it in conversation, you know.
15 years later,
like I'm
this
actually
guy's
gonna do
looking
it.
at the Insta spaghetti from 7-Eleven.
How the mighty have fallen.
Oh, shame.
It's not the food of my people.
Oh, jeez, dude.
The curry. Yeah, but you're looking at the spag.
That was as a joke.
Yeah, sure it was.
Yeah.
Into the microphone, please. You get too comfortable. What do you want? Just see how I'm sitting.
I'll scooch.
Yeah, you have to.
All right,
I'm sorry, but
well,
you
I
have
don't want
to.
I don't want
Scooch
to
over.
knock it when I go for a drink.
I said, just tilt your head back. How hard is that? Whip your hair back and forth. Anyway, that comedian, what was his name?
Sid Caesar.
Sid Caesar.
So what was the guy's name from Joker? Do you remember Joker, the guy that played Joker from the
First Batman movie.
Batman 66 or whatever it was called. You remember with Adam West?
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's name was Caesar something.
Cesar Romano.
Romaro?
Oh, yeah.
Romaro? Something like that?
Yeah, Caesar Romano.
Romano or Romaro?
Romero.
Romero.
Yeah.
You know that, you know what's cool? He actually had a mo.
Yeah, I'm looking at him now.
Yeah, and I used to camouflage it with the makeup. I never knew that as a kid, man.
Yeah, what a smooth can.
Yeah, because he said I can't get rid of the mo, and I still reckon that's still one of the greatest incarnations of like the Joker.
Died in 94, pretty early, man.
No, how old was he there? He was like 30 or 40 when he did Batman in the 60s.
What's his name? Adam West only died a couple of years ago.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
2 years
2
ago.
years ago?
Yeah.
Have a look now.
I remember I Instagrammed the photo of him on in the bat suit with Hawaii shorts on a surfboard. That was my tribute to Adam West. Do you know what the greatest
Died
thing?
last year.
Last year.
Oh, last year.
The greatest thing he did was the first season of Family Guy
Yeah.
as the mayor.
Yeah,
Hands down, I don't give a shit what anyone
They're
says.
still continuing it with someone else's voice.
Really?
Mayor West. Yeah.
Who does Mayor West now?
Whoever does it's pretty spot on. Might be Seth. I don't know. Could be what's his name?
So someone's doing an impression of Adam West.
Yeah.
I want to look this up. Dude,
Because he did it
This
first.
is my thing.
But how long was he doing it for? Because hang on a second.
Mayor West. I can't believe I actually don't know that. Mayor West in Family Guy. Hang on. Voiced by Adam West.
Yeah.
No, you sure they didn't kill him off?
No, man. He's still on it. I'm pretty
But they
sure.
haven't started the new season with
Maybe.
the
No,
boys.
final season in season 16.
Really?
When
Maybe.
was season 16? Is that what we're up to now? Hang on. Well, I'm not seeing it anywhere else. Following his death, Family Guy, McFarlane said Family Guy has lost its mayor. He's irreplaceable.
Okay, so they're going to kill him off probably. Or
Callahan revealed that they haven't decided how they were going to address the departure of West's character from the series, while also revealing that it's something they've been dealing with concerning the loss of Carrie Fisher as well.
Did she do voices in the show?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did.
I haven't watched Family Guy for ages.
Dude, Family Guy had heaps of celebrities at the start.
Yeah.
What's her name was in it? From Murphy Brown, Candice Bergman? Yeah. She was that feminist, she was trying to teach Peter about, was it
that's right, yeah.
assault? She had that real
At the
staunch,
factory,
she had that real staunch voice.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, man. You know, I was going to ask you, I actually haven't spoken to either of you about it, and you know what's messed up? I haven't spoken to anyone about this. Hasn't come up in a single conversation yet.
Is it something that's been in the news recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you 10 seconds to ponder it. Actually, you know what? I'll tell you what.
Is this Australia related? Oh,
Hang on.
narrow it down. Gotta narrow it.
This is what you got.
What's the subject on? Like, what?
Jeopardy.
Tell me, what could I possibly want to have discussed with anyone? It's a massive event. The time is running, man.
Australia's Prime Minister, new Prime Minister?
you.
Who's ScoMo?
You got
New Prime Minister ScoMo, man.
You got to win 10 seconds left.
Do I win a prize?
No, hang on, man. I woke up. I was at work.
Yeah.
I walked into work, and there's like news and shit all over the thing. They were trying to decide who. And I didn't think anything of it. And so I was like, yeah, they're voting on the new Prime Minister.
It was a massive shit fight.
Dude, and I said, who's voting on a Prime Minister?
They are, the cabinet.
They are.
Hang on. Yeah.
Is anyone troubled by this?
But you know, we're the laughing stock of politics in the whole world, yeah? America's making fun of us. America! They're making fun of us!
Yeah.
Look how hurt he looks.
Their president is Trump!
Look how betrayed he looks.
and their media outlets are giving shit to us! Well...
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Dude, we have a new Prime Minister. I've no idea about anything regarding him.
Hey, what's his name? Good old, who was our Prime Minister before? This guy? Turnbull. Forgot about him already.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Dude, Abbott was before him.
Yeah, and then Peter Dutton tried to get involved, and then he got shafted. And now we've got Scott Morrison, ScoMo.
Well, he was the one who tried to start it all, wasn't he?
Yeah. Peter Dutton got in and tried to dethrone him.
A serpent to the throne.
And then fucking, he failed.
Yeah.
Right? Because something came up or whatever. ScoMo weaseled his way in and, just, did a Bradbury, man.
Everyone fell over.
Everyone fell over.
He just walked through.
And this guy just fucking snaked his way in. Dude, victory arms were at the end.
I'm sorry. I don't know a single thing about Morrison.
Dude, I don't know who he is. I never heard him before in my life.
Do you know anything about him?
Only what they said on the news.
Let's pull some fun facts.
They're talking about him.
All I know-
like he's a family man. He's a traditional.
He's a
like,
very religious man.
Yeah, all I know
He's
he's
part
part of that
cult.
evangelical what's it called, Pentecostal church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the same ones that all get done for
Done for- yeah.
all the
really?
Drugs and pros.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, we'll give him 6 months then.
Yeah, I'm serious.
No, I don't know.
They say he's not as bad as what's his name, Abbott was. Abbott is conservative crap.
ScoMo.
He's not as bad as him, but he's a lean towards that.
Well, he's 50 years old,
Okay.
which is fairly young.
Yeah.
He's quite young. And he's got two children.
Uh-huh.
His education was at the University of New South Wales.
$10 that was for free as well. Under
Guaranteed.
a Labor government.
Nickname, ScoMo. It's on Wiki.
On Wikipedia.
It's on Wiki. Nickname, ScoMo.
What's Turnbull's nickname? Okay, hang on, I'll look it up. I'll look that up. Do you reckon Malcolm Turnbull had a nickname?
Yeah, turd.
What? Where'd you get? Hang on. You know,
Turncoat.
He's cracking the shits in the States. He's there. He's moved.
He's
to
in New
his-
York.
He's moved to his like $3 million mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the media's hounding him.
Yeah. They got
boo-hoo, man.
Dude, they got photos of him. He's wearing like a polo shorts, little run. He's got his little legs like exposed, little hat. Just walking in Central Park. And he's like, "Why are you taking photos of me, dude? What do you want? Like, you were the Prime Minister."
Oh, ScoMo.
Dude, there is no nickname for Malcolm Turnbull.
Boring.
No, it says his profession: barrister, businessman, politician, charlatan. Dude, but literally, that's it. What do we know about what's his name?
ScoMo.
Morrison. ScoMo. What do we know about him?
There's not much. There's not much here. He's just a fan of Cronulla Sharks in the NRL.
Well, that definitely qualifies him
In
to be-
2016, he was named the club's #1 ticket holder. All right.
It's another guy with money.
Morrison was raised in the Presbyterian Church, which merged into the Uniting Church when he was a child. He later became a Pentecostal, so he's just whoring himself through all of the churches. Now he attends the Horizon Church,
What did you say?
which is affiliated with the Australian Christian Churches and the Assembly of God.
There you go.
So he's been through about 7 churches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude,
That's ScoMo for you.
This is what shits me. Not only did I not hear about it, I didn't vote. Dude,
He voted for the. So that's where my.
Oh, he's a Kiwi.
That's where my.
His grandfather's a Kiwi.
Are you serious?
But does he have citizenship? You know, the whole row?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They got Jackie Lambie on that citizenship.
On the citizenship train.
They'll have him they'll have them all combing through his stuff at the moment.
Some old guy
He's
in the
not
library
Australian.
with scrolls.
Yeah.
He can't do it. And that candle on the
And his
toilet
glasses
holder.
just like,
Yeah.
just wincing.
Just squinting in the dark.
Yeah.
Full of these, wearing like an old grey cardigan.
I think I found something. I found it.
You know,
Martha.
but dude, seriously, I didn't vote for this guy.
That's not how it works,
You know who
though.
I know that's not how it works,
Yeah,
right?
but that's such bullshit.
You can't just
Like, what if the people didn't want him? Do you know what I mean?
Well, the people didn't want him.
Well, exactly.
The
No
way it
one
works.
Turnbull either. And that's how it was, you know.
Yeah, I know. This is me saying from my personal experience, which I know absolutely jack all about politics. Don't you vote for the party? Isn't that how it works? You vote for the party, and then the party select. You know, like they've picked their leader, and so you're picking the party based on the leader.
Yeah, but when you go and vote, you also pick the name of the
I know,
actual
I get that.
person.
Yeah.
So, but if it was just a matter of Labor, Liberal, or Greens or whatever, they would have polling booths just like a poker
Yeah,
machine.
yeah.
You know, like that's the party we're voting for. You wouldn't have like their names or
Yeah.
anything like that. It'd be whoever's representing that party is who's.
Yeah, but that's like, dude. They say like if Trump gets impeached, then
Can't believe he hasn't done already.
yeah, then they're coming close, man. If you have, dude, another one fell. Another guy flew.
Yeah, that motherfucker's on
It's
thin ice,
hilarious.
man.
Dude, I've been watching it all, man, on Young Turks and like every media outlet I can find. And I can't remember who did it as like basic representation as you could, yeah? And it was just like a spreadsheet. And it literally had like Trump, Pence, and then before them, Jeff Sessions, right? Attorney General Jeff Sessions. And then before him was like campaign manager, lawyer, and just like every leg you could go up. If you started at the bottom of the campaign up to the presidency, every leg the head has fallen. Legit. This guy went down for, whores and money. This guy went down for scams. This guy went down for fraud. This guy
Beating
went
his
down-
wife.
Literally. They've all just lined up and they're just falling,
Dominoes, man. It's dominoes.
He's got it set up so by the time everybody falls, he's already served his 4 years.
Yeah.
It's like just the amount of right people.
That's
I
it.
beat
Well,
the
You
system.
saw our couch throw.
Yeah.
The Trump, make America great again.
But dude, that's the point. If Trump goes, right, because he's impeached because of all the crap he's done.
Vice president takes over, don't they?
Yeah, Pence lines up because he's the vice president.
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, he ran, failed, he's the vice president, right? Because he was the next in line. This stupid leadership spill, nothing happened except they started brawling. You know what I mean? They had a Barbie, someone didn't bring the snags like they were meant to. Oh, where's the tinny? You know what I mean? Who bought the salad? One person had one job. You know what I mean?
Turnbull, you rich fuck.
Yeah.
You didn't bring anything.
Mayonnaise!
Right, you're out. You're out.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That has, like I said, I don't know much about, like, as far as politics, how, it all works. But as far as with America, you're voting on the actual person.
Yeah.
I mean, you're voting here as well, but I mean, you've elected that person to that position. The only way they're getting out is if they're impeached, like you said, or they die.
Yeah. They
Or
stand
they choose
down.
to stand down. Whereas with, like our form of government, it's different. Like,
Because we're run by the Queen. We're run by the state
the
of...
state of Parliament. Parliament itself is set up
Because the
differently.
Governor General is the one that really runs the country.
yeah.
Like,
I'm
from
saying,
England.
That's the point, man. Like, Turnbull wasn't impeached. He didn't stand down because he chose to. There was just a leadership spill.
No, someone just tried to pick a fight with him.
Yeah, they pretty much like some votes come, like whatever's coming up, and they're like, well, we don't think you can win it. Let's try and put someone else in a leadership position that can probably win it and not lose.
But it's actually funny, though, because when they did their opinion polls, they
Quote unquote.
quote unquote. I love where these opinion polls come from, really, because no one seems to actually like join in the survey. Like I don't know anyone that fills out these surveys, but
they ask like 50 people on the street, and then they average it in percentages. That's how they do
it's
it.
so ridiculous.
Yeah.
80%.
Yeah, that's how they do it. I remember I was in Clayton once, and the first time someone came up to me from the paper, like, oh,
Who's the Mayor of Clayton? What's his name? That
schmucker.
Asian dude.
What Asian dude?
The Parliament member for Clayton. What's his name?
Asian dude?
Yeah, I'll give him his name.
What Asian dude?
Dude, he's in the Parliament for Clayton.
I don't even know.
He's really dodgy.
What do you mean he's dodgy? Oh, didn't we say he was related to the old doctor?
Yeah, Dr. Wong.
Dr.
Do you still go to Dr. Wong?
No. That guy.
This doctor.
Hong Lim, man.
Yeah, Hong Lim.
Yeah, man.
That's the chemist.
Yeah. Dodgy as fuck, dude.
Oh, yeah.
What chemist?
He was a chemist back in the day, man.
He's still a chemist.
Wait,
Is he?
as in the chemist opposite from Coles, like on the other side of Centre Road?
Probably.
Yeah, where River Kwai is.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that
River
him?
Kwai.
Hong Lim? Or is that his... Oh, no, maybe it's not.
No, because someone else took it over. Another Asian family took that over.
Nah,
The
hang on a
chemist
second.
that's there's been there for like 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Because that chemist used to be up near your joint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
we
hasn't done
followed
anything.
him
He
from
shut
there.
it. He's
Yeah.
still there.
Hang on.
But I reckon Hong Lim and fucking Dr. Wong, they're in cahoots.
Wait
man.
a second. I want to see this.
He closed off his car park. No one can get there now. So now I got to go parking freaking
Night
Night
Street
Street
or Frank.
to go get some Thai, man. Got to walk to get my food.
Nah, man, that's not him.
What an inconvenience.
It is. Before it was yeah, exactly.
Dude, that's not him.
A Thai hut.
That's not him. No chance.
No?
Nah. That's not him. I brought up images for some reason. I love how I've gone in news about Hong Lim. Guess what the first
Oh yeah, no, that's not him.
Guess what the first post of relevance in news is? Under the name Hong Lim. Given it could be a very
Is it, wait a second, is it Labour MP apologises after obscene gesture?
no, that's part 3, number 4. That's number 4 in
The nice
news.
plot to have someone murdered.
Yeah, Rainsy murder. That's in a non-pen post. That's in Cambodia. How is that the most relevant post to Hong Lim in Melbourne? Seriously, you'd think...
Connections.
Well, no, but they're already monitoring everything I'm doing, so you'd think they'd know by my... No, you know what I mean?
He's on the watch list.
That's it.
He is just a piece of work, man.
I suggest the exiled opposition leader received a blow from Australia as Cambodia-born Victoria Member of Parliament Hong Lim suggested Rainsy should step down from the leadership, and the guy died.
What?
Some guy
He just
died.
died.
Yeah, I don't know.
Get rid of him.
That
Yeah, that's
What's
it.
that thing the Russians use? The uranium +4 or whatever it is. That they killed those spies.
They killed the dude in the UK, whatever it was.
Yeah. It was like a Russian spy.
Yeah.
That's what this dude just died. He just collapsed and they find
What, Hong Lim from Korea?
trace mounds of whatever it was called.
Speaking of Melbourne, Matt, John Millman beat Roger Federer.
Yes.
Did you see it?
Yeah. He came out and said, Roger obviously wasn't at his best today, and I just caught him on an off day. But that guy would have had to play his heart out to beat Fed on a bad day.
Yeah, but do you know what they say? They say that the performance from Fed isn't just like a bad day. Like, that's it. He's done.
From one match now.
No, like, he played unbelievably bad to the point where the guy's in his late 30s. Like, this is probably what's going to be
How old's he now?
expected.
38?
37 or 38?
Probably the difference is he was probably like something's wrong with him. Instead of being like a little bitch, like what's his name is,
Oh, Curios.
Curious,
What's
and
his
just
name?
sulking
Fumich.
or whatever. No, I was talking Curious, like sulking or whatever, and just
Curious,
like
what's
throwing
his
the
name?
match. He still played.
I'll tell you
but
what, though, it
he
wasn't
played
a
with bit of
blowout.
dignity.
Though.
Huh?
It wasn't a blowout.
No.
Like, Federer won the first set.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then the
no.
next three sets were 7-5, 7-6, 7-6.
They're saying how he lost. Like, he was he double faulted twice. Just had no pace, no rhythm, like nothing. Just looked beaten.
The guy's almost pensioned.
He'd won everything at the US. He'd never lost a match or something. It was going in like 28-0.
He was, I remember.
Something
yeah,
stupid.
In the round of 16 kind of thing,
Like something dumb, like some stupid freaking stuff.
I love how it's like all over the news, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Yeah, but
it's 37.
A lot of guys are coming out saying exactly that. Like, man, the guy's 37.
Exactly.
What do you want? Like, it's sad.
How
like,
old was
seeing-
Agassi when he came back and then finished up?
Agassi, what a nut.
Remember when he came back?
I love that guy.
He was doing his little kisses to the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he retired, and then he came back when we were young still.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
shaved his head, lost the
And
wig.
he played maybe another 5 years.
No, he still smashed it.
Yeah.
But he played like another 5-6
5
years or
years. And
whatever.
how old was he when he came back? And when he
Did
finished?
he retire again?
Yeah, he had to retire.
No,
He's
I'm
not still
saying, did he
playing
retire
now.
and come back again? I don't think so.
No, he retired once, and then he came back, and then he
Oh,
retired.
look now, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so are you asking when he actually retired? Like
Yeah.
the last time he played?
Yeah.
I don't
I'll
know. He
have a look.
outlasted Sampras, though.
Sampras didn't play.
No, he
as long
made
as
his money
did.
and retired like a Greek.
He retired in 2006, Agassi.
Agassi?
Yeah.
Has he been gone for that long?
Yeah, man, 12 years.
Fuck, we're old, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I idolised Agassi like growing up, man. I still remember him playing.
He was a nut. He was
Okay.
a nut.
So, how old was he when he retired in 2006?
So 12 years ago, so he would have been 36. He's 48 now.
Which is what, which is what Fed is at.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's the amount of running they're doing at that age as well.
Oh,
like,
dude, I jogged to get my phone from, like, the bedroom to the kitchen, and my back slips.
Yeah, they're professional athletes.
You know what, though?
But I'm getting at, like, there's still an expiry date there.
Tennis
like,
is a high-impact sport,
exactly.
man.
And
Nadal's knees are finished, man.
And you're the lone individual where no one's going to pick up your slack.
You know what? In all fairness to Fed, he hasn't won the US Open since 2008. 10 years. He hasn't.
When was the last time he actually pulled, like, finals or something?
Well, he won Wimbledon last year.
Dude, last year...
And he won Australian Open this year.
Yeah, but they're saying...
And last year.
They're saying the last season for Fed was like the twilight... sweet sort of silver lining, like he should have just left it there.
But he's still winning.
He's still winning stuff, yeah.
He
I
won
want to
Australian
know
Open
who are
this
these
year.
people saying he's over? Is it like these proper, other athletes that are saying that's it?
I just read quotes.
Or just schmucks on the sideline who think they know everything and haven't picked up a racket in their life?
You know, he's still currently ranked second in the world.
Who?
Federer. Still. Like now, like second in the world.
He played one shit game, but like they're saying it's the end of his reign. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm just saying it's what they're saying.
And he's the all-time leading earner, obviously, in Grand Slam. He's won just in prize money. He's won 116 million. Just in prize money.
Nadal wouldn't be far off that though.
Nadal's a nut. You know what? If Nadal's knees held up, man.
Yeah, he's had
That poor guy, man.
Nadal has done what Federer's done, but he's done it on crutches, man.
Yeah.
And you got to give him that.
And he's won like every French Open last like 20,
He's unbeaten.
25 years.
Dude, he's unbeaten on clay. Like, literally. Can you imagine that? Going to a tournament, it's like, who have we got? Rafa. Like, that's the end of it.
I tell you, he's won.
There's no point.
These are the
Send the
years.
sponsors home.
These are the years he won French Open, right?
Is that?
5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 18. He's unbeatable at the French Open.
yeah.
Literally.
You can't.
How can you be that dominant on one surface? As in, there's no chance.
Yeah, 15, 16 took a hiatus because of his knees. Came back and won 2 times in a row. His highest earnings.
Hey, Rafa, do you feel like winning the French Open this year? We'll see what's going on.
102 million.
Jetstar's got some sales going to, Ibiza. We'll tell you, yeah, why not? We'll swing past. Stuff it. We'll go to Nice instead. I'll stop in France and destroy a tournament. Just because he just rolls up.
Win a few mil.
Yeah. Can you imagine all the professionals lining up, really confident, doing the training
Getting ready,
drills, just getting pumped. It's like, heckling each other. Then Rafa just rocks up. Hey, guys. It's like, everyone just...
I thought you were out injured. Nah, I felt alright. I'm about 60%, so I thought I'd come and beat you.
And then, like, everyone leaves except for maybe Fed.
Yeah.
And some of the other
Maybe a
clowns.
Djokovic.
Dude, speaking of prize money, man, I don't know if you guys saw this. I knew this would piss you off. I read it and I didn't look into it because just what it was enough to give me the shits. Hang on. I can't believe you guys haven't heard it. Actually, no. Actually, I'm surprised you haven't mentioned it to me.
Is it salary? Someone's salary?
Yeah.
Football salaries?
A
Soccer
month ago,
salaries?
maybe a couple of weeks ago, people actually, I want to know what you guys would do in this circumstance, yeah?
Probably the opposite of what they're saying.
Kylie Jenner is worth like 800 million.
Yeah.
And some schmucks out there actually started like a crowdfunding to get her to be the youngest billionaire ever.
The dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard in my goddamn entire fucking life, and that's the society we live in today.
I was going to say...
I concur.
Dude, I was going to say, can you imagine if you actually knew these people? Imagine if you had a mate... Because I can say that to you guys. I knew exactly how you were going to react.
Yeah.
But I thought about it. Like, why is this important? Like, who in their right mind would actually do that?
She has $800 million.
She has $800 million. Part of, like, a rich family, media, business. Like, she does the modelling, the perfumes, the fashion lines, the media shows. She does all that, right? So she's got money coming. She probably will be...
Yeah, she will.
One of the youngest billionaires
in a couple
ever.
of years, yeah.
Give her another year or two. Yeah? But what would you say, or what would you do if your mate literally said, I set up a crowdfunding so we can get her to be a billionaire?
What are you, nuts? Like, what's wrong with you?
Dude, I would literally
I'd walk
steer
off.
clear from him for the rest of my life,
Oh,
man.
yeah, for sure.
Crowdfund me to get me over $1,000. You know what I mean?
I want lunch.
Yeah, man.
No, that's it.
A 7-Eleven beef sandwich is looking at me.
Dude, people did this. Like, it was a running joke for ages, yeah? And then somewhere it came to fruition.
Enough people will, they'll latch onto it and they're like, oh, actually, we should do this.
They raised nothing, like
No, of
$200
course
bucks.
not.
Yeah, but the fact is,
that someone actually set it up.
Okay.
Do you know how much that irritates me, man?
I can't.
How insane is that?
I can't, man. It's not normal. It's
Telling
not
you,
normal.
man, we're going to bring back the dark ages now.
Dude, I had a
communism, man.
I had a conversation.
Communism? Are you serious?
Fuck this.
Hang on. Dude, I had a conversation the other day. I didn't even get to finish the conversation. It was just started.
Castro Jr. would sort us out.
Castro Jr.
It was his brother, wasn't it?
Yeah,
First after Castro was his brother. Now his brother's dead as well, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hang on.
Castros, man.
That's true.
Old Simo was having a conversation with Tits not a couple of weeks ago or whatever, and he raised the point of he thinks that he would prefer to have lived before society became, woke and connected. As in pre-smartphones, pre-internet. That era between, say, 80s to, like, late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you prefer that?
Would I be dying at the end of the 90s?
No.
Or just that
Let's
would
just
be my
pretend-
heyday.
let's just pretend
and then I'm
it's
going
like-
to old age like now.
Yeah.
Let's just pretend it's like one of the Eastern Asia Minor countries, like Azerbaijan and all those countries where they've got no internet, it's very closed off to the rest of the world. And I think they brought it up because they're creative people.
Well, think about it, all right? What we have now, I think this is going into a Louis C.K. line, but what we have now is basically what we have at our fingertips is basically, we can communicate with people instantly across the world. It's given voice to people who'd never had a voice. The things that you're able to do. But then on the same note, you've given people a voice that never had a voice. So you've given morons chances to voice their opinions.
Dumbasses.
And so you get enough morons together and that can change things. Doesn't mean they're right. What's the saying?
But enough morons will jump onto the moron bandwagon.
So what's the saying? 2 wrongs don't make a right?
Yeah.
So if you get enough people that are wrong, they'll still think they're right. And if there's enough people, well,
Yeah, there's power in numbers.
Yes,
There's
I
power
agree.
in numbers, and through the internet now there's power to idiots that would not have had a voice or a platform.
Exactly.
And these idiots' IQ is not very high, so they will jump on to an idea like the Jenner billionaire experience.
Let's make our wishes come true.
Yeah.
Jesus
What a
Christ.
joke.
800 million. You know what I mean? No.
Well, I'm lucky to have $800.
Okay, but think about it, man. Think about the pluses and think about the minuses. Think about think about how it was before internet, technology, all that sort of crap, and think of it after. So pre-2K, it's pretty much pre-Y2K, post-Y2K.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right?
All right, think about it like this.
Oh, you can tear it apart all night. I'm just saying, think of it from just literally.
The conveniences of what we have now is good, because, all that.
Yeah.
But I liked pre.
Yeah.
Because it was a simpler time.
Simpler time.
That comes up every week.
I liked, you know what? I liked not having a phone attached to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's your choice.
Yeah.
No. Hey, it is because I know this.
Yeah.
I know this because I've literally had. Okay, when did you get your first smartphone? Do you remember?
Late. It was late, man. I did not. iPhone came out 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I think I got my first smartphone was iPhone 5.
That would have been like 2011 or something.
Yeah,
10?
man. I jumped on
10,
it
11?
late.
One was the S2.
When was that? I'm pretty sure I had the S2.
Maybe 6 years ago?
I had the S2 in 2011, and I'm pretty sure it was a pretty new phone in 2011, because I was in Europe and America. When we were overseas, because I remember I was finding Wi-Fi a lot easier. My first smartphone wasn't the S1, it was the N97 Nokia, and that was 2009, because I went to Europe with that by myself.
Yeah. So it was a simpler time. It was a simpler time.
how you're saying convenient, all these conveniences.
Yeah, it's got, now, though, if I was to leave my phone at home, there's no way that I could do that, because people rely to get in contact with me through this.
Yeah, but what's the harm? Forget the fact that you have a wife and son.
Not Facebook, nothing.
Forget the fact that you have a wife and son, and if she tried to call you and couldn't get a hold of you, she go into panic mode, right? And dude, I remember when we were kids, the old man would be like, why do you need your phone? As in, why do you need a mobile phone? Blah 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 blah. There was a big argument about me getting my first phone.
Yeah.
But then when I got it, it was like they demanded that I pick it up anytime they called. Like the convenience, not the convenience, but the ability to contact their kid at any given moment.
Yeah.
That was all of a sudden, it's there now. Like, they'd never go without it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. There's,
But this is DNA in us now. There's no way you can live now without a phone. I'm telling, like, unless you're on a farm like the Amish.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, because they're a community up in themselves.
Yeah,
and they don't need that.
They don't know anything else.
That's right.
But at the same time,
Because we've been exposed to it.
yeah, but
we've been exposed to it, and like there's I can't remember who it was. They were saying like the impact it's had on our lives already within the last 15 years.
Like, it's unbelievable, man.
20 years, let's say, the impact it's had is an experiment because we don't know what the long-term effect is going to be on us.
We're the rabbits. We're rats.
losing-
no, we are. We've said that before.
yeah.
People, they know this for a fact that people have shorter, what do you call it, attention spans?
Yeah.
Much shorter attention spans.
Huh? Sorry.
You're going to get going on that. They want to.
Sorry, man. This guy had the floor for like a whole 2 seconds, and he's already switched off. He's already gone through facey. No, go.
Yeah, the
floor is yours.
Shorter attention span. The people want to digest smaller amounts of information, like content. It has to be digestible in short bits. People don't want to sit through like
spiel.
a whole spiel. Like they want
They want
5
quick,
to 10 minute videos
instant,
or
bang, bang.
short 2-minute videos on for Facebook or Instagram. Like how long well you can put. Long thing, like longer videos, but like everything's in small amounts of bytes of information.
Okay.
Now. They're finding out that people like there's record amounts of back problems, neck problems, because the amount of pressure you put on your neck as you're looking down is like really, really bad.
Yeah, and that's why back doctors and spinal doctors are like,
they're going through a golden age.
yeah, this is their time.
All right.
No, but that the amount of pressure that's on your back is the equivalent.
I will
of
come
like
to
a
what
car
you're
crash.
saying. I will confirm that because I found myself today when I had like an hour before we came here, and I was just flicking through YouTube for news, and I was going through CNN and MSNBC and all that sort of shit, and I was looking for small bites, like nothing over 5-10 minutes. Because all right, but there's a reason for that. This is the thing. I don't disagree with what you're saying about attention span. That's true. The mind is like we're always looking for stimulation. Like we're always looking for stuff just to keep us going, pushing to the next thing. But here's the flip to it, right? The flip to it is the fact that we don't want to be occupied by one thing from start to finish. It's like it's like that argument that I brought it up ages ago. I said as soon as Facebook came out, and even now. People are stuck on social media when they're at work, right? Like they're not working, their productivity's down because they're just sitting there talking to their friends. That isn't because they've become lazy. It's because they've found a way to connect with people that they give a shit about as opposed to doing something that they don't actually want. Hang on. It's small doses. I'm playing devil's advocate for a point, right? It can be just superficial crap, right? Because you're just like hitting the ball against the fence and don't really care. But at the same time, they'd rather be just talking crap to their mates. If you ask me, what would I rather be doing? Doing a job that I don't like or talking to my mates? I'd rather be talking to my mates. Man, I've been up since 3 a.m. today. I've been up since 3 a.m. I went to work for 9 hours, came home, I ran some errands, did some work from home, had a 45-minute break, and then I came here. But if we sat here for 4 hours, this would go a lot quicker than the 8-9 hours I did at work.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Even if I'm exhausted, I'll still sit through this, Because I would rather do this. It says a lot more about job unsatisfaction in people, like with people in their working life and all that sort of crap. Because right now, man, I reckon we're the most unfulfilled society, and as far as job satisfaction goes, everyone's a casual worker. Everyone's working in factories. No one's doing what they want to be doing because it's now just been monopolised. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then I think that also plays into other like what we're being sold as well.
Yeah,
like
I
in the
agree.
sense like follow your dreams, follow this, follow what your heart tells you.
Yeah.
You go back 50 years ago,
No.
that spiel wasn't being
Because
told
they
to
didn't
anyone.
know any better. They didn't know any different, man.
You have a dream.
No, not
You have a
even
dream.
that. Not even that. People are under the impression that, like, well, I don't know, like, you know, to follow your dream or do what makes you happy. Like, do you think for the last, whatever, thousands of years of civilization, do you think, you know, the guys that wanted to be fishmongers in, I don't know what I'm saying here, you know, freaking Turkey.
Turk?
I don't know. I just didn't want to say, I didn't want to say Rome.
You know,
But, you know, like, wherever.
little Gurkhan had a fucking dream of being a rock star.
Yeah, like, but, like, you know, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah. That's like that scene out of Far Cry 5. Did you get that far in the game when you find the marshal? It's funny too.
Was that the one at the prison?
Yeah, when he's on the boat.
No.
Dude, it's funny because his game thing is Marshall. Dude, the speech in Far Cry, I put it up on Instaman. I saw it. I remember because when I played the game.
Oh, I remember seeing that video.
Dude,
yeah.
He actually speaks some truth, man. This guy's like doped up out of his head, yeah? Like he's on bliss, which is like a meth. It's meth, essentially.
Yeah, some sort of,
essentially meth, yeah?
It's called bliss.
It's called bliss.
That's mad.
Yeah. Me and this guy at work keep floating around because I told him about it, and we keep floating around, just look at each other and go, I'm on the bliss, bro. Smile and just drive off. But he's on this bliss is what the cult is using to control the entire county, yeah? And this guy, Marshall, is like, you're the deputy, he's the marshal, the US marshal, and, you find him in your sea of bliss. It creates like a whole universe. It creates a whole world. So it is like a hallucination. Yeah? Listen to what this guy says. Spot on, man.
Have you ever stopped and looked at how your life's turned out? I mean, what you've actually done with it, you know? We're told we can be anything, right? A famous singer, Hall of Famer, movie star. We're all gonna be a success, Rook. But no, that's just not true. We live mundane lives, just doing what someone else tells us to do, day after day. Everybody thinks they have free will. But, come on, when's the last time you did something that wasn't required? Demanded? Nah, Rook. We don't live our lives.
True. Get it?
Yeah.
It's true. It's true to a point, right? Now think about this, yeah? Like, they sold the rock star and the movie god dream even in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right, because Elvis blew up in the 50s and things, you know, like it's not like
You're gonna be a star.
yeah. It's not like it didn't exist, man. The Beatles swept the nation, swept the world in the 60s. You know what I mean? It's not like they never sold that dream to us as kids, right? But the output to actually get to it was a lot smaller, and the chance of becoming that was a lot smaller.
It was more like a confined, because you'd be like a big star in
there was
like
only
a state
one Elvis
or in one area.
And that Elvis came and lasted 2 decades, right?
Yeah.
Now, everyone blows up on Instagram or YouTube overnight, and suddenly, like, they're driving Lamborghinis and they've got nothing.
Yeah, they're driving
nothing.
They're driving Lamborghinis for the 8 seconds you see them in that video.
Yeah.
There's no videos of
All right.
them. Yeah.
As far as that goes, there's a reason why these stars are blowing up to be as big as they are, like the Kardashians and the Jenners and, you know, Little Pump and all them, whatever. This guy loves Little Pump.
Actually want to get into a bit of rap talk later, so.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a reason why, and that's because it's part of the marketing machine now. As in, a bigger parent company like Sony or whoever the record label is, Warner Brothers, Disney, they realize they can make money on it, so that becomes a new investment. Let's not invest in blue chips. Let's invest in Caitlyn Jenner's next operation. You know what I mean? Because that is going to pull more stock than blue chip steel, you know, in Japan.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So it becomes a different industry. Dude, like the Iron Age, the Stone Age, the Industrial Age, Industrial Revolution, blah, 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 blah. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were a slave owner in America, you'd be buying cotton plantations. You know what I mean? And that's where you put your money towards.
That's right.
Like Red Dead, you were talking about how that. What were you saying the other day about Red Dead being set in a different time?
It's based. It's based.
Did you ever play Red Dead Redemption?
No.
Okay.
Western game. It's same company that makes.
I don't play a
Grand
lot of
Theft Auto.
games, man.
No.
Same company that makes GTA.
I've played Grand Theft. But
Same
company that made Grand Theft. I never played it.
Made
I
a
saw
Western
it,
game.
but
I think it's probably the best. Red Dead 1 is probably the best. Redemption is probably the best story they've told, I think, as any game that they've ever made.
Like story-based.
So what's it on,
Story-based.
like Xbox, PlayStation?
It
Like,
was PS3 and
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah.
okay.
It's a cowboy
360?
game.
Okay.
You're
Yeah,
a
it's
cowboy.
cowboy,
And
yeah.
what are you doing? You're
That's
avenging
mad.
someone?
So you're pretty much you're part of a gang. The game starts that you're part of a gang and you're trying to make your way out, and the government have come up to you and said, "You hunt down your old gang members, and we'll let you go free. We'll put you off the hook."
So it's being blackmailed.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And so it's a story of him then having to confront his old friends and kill them one by one.
Yeah.
But then, like, the guilt he has to feel, and then also, like, finding his place, and this is where it comes in, finding his place in a world where the Wild West is coming to an end.
No, the second one's being released now.
And it's not based in, like, 1850 or whatever. It's based in, like, 1910.
Oh, well,
So
okay.
it's just as industrial.
Is it the same
revolution.
kind of gameplay as GTA?
Similar,
That
but
sort
you're on
of
a
thing?
horse. Yeah.
But it's less turbulent. It's not as crazy.
Chaotic,
It's not as
yeah.
chaotic arcadey. It's more realistic sort of
Sounds
shit.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, and this
Interesting.
new one is like the prequel to that. So it's
Okay.
when you're in the actual gang still.
But it's
20
based
years.
in a time when cowboys and that whole lifestyle
Yeah.
is being phased out. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
But that's the thing. We're just falling into this now. Dude, people set up Instagram accounts to get followers and sell merchandise and advertising.
Yeah.
Like, literally. That's a job. Like, we've made fun of it on this podcast before, how they, become an entrepreneur, because
They're making money.
They're making money.
Oh, if I could make money from just going to all the places I go to eat, man.
Yeah.
Oh, take a photo of the food, whatever.
You should be a food
hashtag.
critic.
Yeah. Well,
But you can.
The guys that get sponsored for wearing, like you got models that get sponsored for wearing outfits and dresses and bikinis and all that. There's dudes that get sponsored to go and eat at restaurants and cafes and that. They take photos and they get paid for doing it.
Side note, I'm just going to bring this up as a little footnote. A little while ago on the podcast, I mentioned something about how these Instagram models like literally blow up in a month, go from 0 to 1 million.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of like, hip hop sort of base models or like thickness models that I follow that I literally was one of the first 1,000. Like, if you saw an account with 1,000 followers, like our account has 1,000 followers. You know what I mean? It's a baby. It's nothing.
Yeah.
And I've watched them slowly explode in a month.
Just watching them grow.
Dude, in a month, under a month, you've seen them. They've got like 500,000 followers.
How many of those are bought?
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
But for what it is, it's a chick in her underwear.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Dude, Google that shit. You need to go to Instagram to look at that.
There's a chick in her underwear and there's literally 500,000 people following it in under a month, yeah? But then there's like our account, which we have to beg, borrow, and steal to get like even someone listening.
But then how is it, how does that then, how do you say it? Like, how would that then show what the quality of people are interested in today?
Yeah, well, that's a different thing. That's a different medium because it's social media. Like, does that make sense? And it's specifically what I'm looking at. If you look for other stuff like, World War II accounts, like the ones I've shown you about, they have
fantastic.
100, 200,000 followers, but it's that easy now to get. It's like it's like with inflation. Like in Venezuela, man. Have you seen what's happening there? They're screwed, man.
Well, the economy's fucked.
Yeah, the president's just rorted everyone. Like literally 250,000 people just flying over the borders into Peru.
Oh, God, that's even better.
Dude, their currency is literally worth less than toilet paper.
Is that the one where he's people are starving and there's footage of the president eating a burrito before he does a national address?
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm going to see this.
They're outraged. It's like he's eating a burrito and here we are starving.
I don't know, but dude, there was photos of what their currency is worth, and it's like literally a stack of money next to a toilet roll.
It was Venezuela where they're like people were dying from.
Oh, they're corrupt, dude.
The people are dying from starvation.
Yeah, they're stuck.
And the numbers, I think it's Venezuela, and they were showing that we fixed it now. People aren't dying from starvation anymore. But then what they're not telling the people is they've made it illegal for doctors to report deaths from starvation.
Yeah.
So that's
insane.
why there's no numbers coming out anymore.
Yeah, but it's sort of like inflation now.
Yeah.
100,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, you're right, they're fucked.
Yeah. that's a wrap. On some news from the left. They're fucked. That's it.
Yeah.
Dude, but it's like Instagram inflation, yeah? 20,000 followers now on Instagram is jack all. You need like millions to compete with the Ronaldos of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, my point is that's a sign of industry changing, and people are actually looking at that as a career as opposed to, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, no one would have ever thought of that. To become an entrepreneur in that sense where you're selling your image or... It's not even their image, man. It could just be a foodie channel, a reviewer. You know, if his reviews blow up because he's either funny or quirky or, you know, she's hot, that's enough. The reason why I went into this, if you want to talk inflation, you know what was really disappointing? And just a sign of the times is how old we are. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you remember the show Weird Science?
Yes.
Do you remember the movie Kingpin?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you remember the bird in that movie?
Yes.
No.
Vanessa Angel.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she was an English model back in her heyday, and then she did a couple movies, yeah?
She on the crack?
No. She popped up on Instagram like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, she finally got an Instagram account.
Yeah.
After 2-3 weeks, a month, I'm not sure how long she's been
Shut it
on.
down.
No, she's on there.
Yeah.
Guess how many followers she has?
No, I guess. Like 1.5 mil.
This is you remember who the chick was,
Probably
yeah?
got it, that's what
To
he
this
said.
chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was hot.
She was hot,
Like, she
yeah,
was staple, like,
Oh,
good-looking bird, model, la la la. She has less than 1,500 followers. I'm pretty sure that's not right.
I said 1.5 mil.
Yeah, dude, that's not right. Has probably got more followers than she does.
They probably don't even know who she
How
is.
disappointing is that, man?
Look, man, I was...
Seriously.
Yeah.
She was like our childhood crush.
I know.
Everyone's childhood crush.
Yeah.
That is so disappointing because she's still fit.
I think that's generational. That's more
Come on,
generational.
man.
Nah.
There are probably old heads from that era that have got just as many followers.
Maybe. I was talking to a mate, like a friend of mine. He's 28, and we were talking.
But that's a weird gap.
She's up to 2,100 now.
I was talking about. I was talking about Chevy Chase,
Oh, dude.
and he's like, "Who?"
I watched Fletch the other day. Best movie
Yeah,
ever.
Fletch. I was telling him about Fletch,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Who?" Chevy Chase. No, I never heard of him. Dude, I'm not that much older than you. I'm only like 5 years older.
That's only 5 years.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Never heard of him.
In that theory, we should never know about Al Pacino or Robert De Niro. They made their movies in the 70s and 80s.
I don't know, man.
That's not right. Dude, Chevy Chase is a god.
Yeah.
Every time I'm sick, you know what's stuffed? When I lived in Clayton, I'd seen all of Chevy Chase's movies except for Fletch. For some reason, just evaded me. When I moved into Noble, the first movie I downloaded when I was sick on my couch, the first time ever, was Fletch. And for some reason, I watch it every time I'm sick now. When I'm on the couch,
It's
on
like
the deathbed.
comfort.
Yeah.
It's like I had Funny Farm and Three Amigos and all that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Now I watch Fletch. Great movie.
You mean the movie you acquired legally? Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I went to the Ye Old Blockbuster.
No, you can download it, but he paid for it. Like,
Yeah,
it's like
that's what I'm
through
getting. That's why I said
yeah,
through
yeah.
a legal
Yeah.
website.
Every credit card got charged. I got charged 8 times.
Yeah, but apparently now, I don't know if you've
just
heard
to make
this,
sure.
there was a ruling in the last week in America where a guy had been taken to court he was accused of downloading a Adam Sandler movie, one of his latest ones.
You still making movies?
Yeah, straight to Netflix. He's like on a
actually, he was in that
5-picture
Chris
deal.
Rock one.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well,
that was-
that was an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, it was a
And
Happy
Chris Rock was
Madison
in it.
production.
Yeah. And pretty much, I don't know if it was Adam Sandler's company or whatever, but they took him to court because he acquired it illegally.
Man, you're going to go down for an Adam Sandler movie?
Listen to this. Listen
Really?
to this. So apparently he was accused of using the IP address of a nursing home, okay?
What a smart
where
guy.
he works. And the judge, I think he was found guilty, but then he he appealed it.
Yeah.
And the judge that took the appeal ended up ruling in his favour because he said an IP address is not cause enough to prove that that person did it.
No, because if it's an open IP address, anyone could download it.
Could have been fucking Martha.
Yeah.
It could have been.
So now apparently that's changed the law as far as downloading goes, because they're saying if you're in a household with 5 people or a house with 3 people, just because it's in one room or whatever, that IP address doesn't necessarily mean it's in the householder's name that used it to download.
So what about you can hack
I'm
into
in an
someone's
apartment
internet?
building.
Yeah.
There are 100 Wi-Fi. Like, if you come to my house and search Wi-Fi, there'll be 1,000 freaking
Dude,
IP
so he's
addresses.
Again, with the units in my area, just all come up on my list. And most of them are not locked.
Yeah.
Do what I
He's
want.
countersued them now for the
mad.
fees of the court.
Yeah.
And they found in his
suffering.
favour. Yeah, pain and suffering. They found in his favour, and now whoever took him to court has to pay $17,000 for the court fees.
Sticks.
But that's
Yeah.
unreal. Like before, it's like, you're the householder.
Yeah.
You downloaded it. You're
He took on the
gotta go
man.
to jail or whatever.
He took on the man
that's
and
it.
won.
So now he's gone against the man exactly.
You want to noise you,
And
man?
he's like, dicks.
Actually, this is a stat. If you want to look it up, man. If you want to look up a stat, how many people have actually been fined for, like, illegally downloading stuff. Because you hear about them once in a blue moon.
You hear about it, but it's not as prevalent.
Remember it was really prolific.
Yeah.
In like, it was a couple of years ago. We're coming down on everybody.
Yeah.
You're going to cop it. We can trace you.
And it was that
people were like, whatever, dickhead.
Dallas Cowboys Club. Was that what that movie?
the Dallas.
All right.
Dallas Boys Club.
Right.
So when that came out, there was a copy that was being downloaded.
Yeah.
And pretty much anyone who downloaded that copy was taken to court. And there was quite a few in Australia, like I think 1,000 or so.
You know what annoys me, man? Is I remember seeing this when I was in Cambodia, man. Like, so 10 years ago.
It's just all there.
Dude, we were at a market in Phnom Penh, yeah? And they had, like, literally stands of DVDs. So this 10 years ago, DVDs were still big. And I remember someone saying to me, why can't they just come and shut this down? I'm like, you think they're going to waste their time coming to bum-ass, like, rural Cambodia to shut what down, man? This guy with his 1,000 DVDs. Who are they going to pin it on? There's no one to pin it on.
Yeah.
They're going to get nothing. They're going to get more money if they find some schmuck in the US who lives a, buttoned-down life that downloaded, Titanic 3 times.
Like, you remember that leak a couple of years ago about with the iPhone and all the celebrities' nudes got leaked?
Oh, yeah.
What was it called?
I don't remember.
It's got a name.
I know what you're talking about, but
The Fappening. That's what they called it.
Yeah.
That's gold.
What a name.
You know what the production show's going to be? An Amish guy holding an iPhone during the fappening.
yeah, man. The fappening.
Sitting at a desk.
What a name. That's awesome.
They found the 3 or 4 dudes who pretty much took the images, like they managed to find them after a couple months, and they found the IPs that were, like linked to different countries.
All the associated links,
or wherever, that
spider's web.
Like they bounced it off satellites and all that crap, like
they did some Mission Impossible shit to get Paris Hilton's nudes.
They pretty much, they found them. They found them, and they were found guilty of acquiring the images. All right, and so they were only fined like $1,500, and
guilty by association.
and what do you call it? Like community service of 60 hours. So they couldn't pin them on that.
Yeah.
The bit that they couldn't pin them on was that they distributed it.
Okay.
And that's where they would have got them more for. And that's where it's hard.
Yeah, because
that's where it's hard to get them, because distribution is more of a crime than acquiring
dude, it's like drugs. If they catch you with a gram of speed on you, they'll take it off you. They'll probably scare you a bit, and that's more or less it. But if they find you with that same gram, but divvied up in dill bags,
you're gone.
Then you're screwed. That's trafficking.
Yeah. So these guys got off. Not that they got off, but they were found of a lesser crime because they couldn't find proof that they actually.
Yeah, they were scratching. By the end of it, they need to find something.
File sharing or whatever where they posted and stuff.
Well, check that fact that you brought up, and there's not much. Like, it's only there was only 4 decent-sized cases in the US.
Yeah,
people that actually download and distribute, like you were saying.
But that's what's good. So, you read about it all the time when they find some woman who, acquired a movie illegally. They're like, she's facing 20 years.
She's not.
Dude, I know, but they throw it up in the media. Yeah. Dude, criminals get convicted of shit all the time. Like fraud, murder. It's like, he's facing 8 months.
Be out in 3 on good behaviour.
The jury was hung and got thrown out.
That's it. There's this doco that came out, and it's called We Are Legion, and it's about Anonymous.
Oh, yeah.
When they were, first starting out. And pretty much it's just talking about how they came to fame. And there's a story in there about how they DDoSed Scientology. That's how they got famous, because they took on Scientology in America. And they DDoSed their website, where basically they overflow the traffic so no one can access it.
The oldest trick.
And they managed to find the guy who did it. All right? And he the consequences that he suffered, can't touch a computer ever again. He can't, all these suspended, sentences
of fish all
these suspended sentences and stuff.
What's wrong limb, man?
And basically, what these guys found guilty of was probably worse than, what all these, people that are, massive corporate fraud. He got more time and
but that's
sentence than what these people for
these pyramid scam people.
Literally bilk 100 million out of people and then just disappear. All right,
we need Napster back, man.
Damn it, Metallica.
No, I didn't. I used Napster for a very small period of time. There were better file sharing servers out there.
No, it was LimeWire.
LimeWire.
You couldn't download LimeWire.
Audio Galaxy. There's a million
Good
of them.
times.
There was a million of them. Is that Kazaa?
It's like, do you gamble? Every time I use LimeWire. Like, there's like, one in every 3 videos was guaranteed to be some sort of, like,
Yeah, it was
some sort of porn that was like,
It was either
blow you,
porn
like,
or a
what
virus. One of the
You
two.
worried the cops are going to rock up the next day.
Yeah, porn or a virus. That's all it was.
Oh, it's Thomas the Tank Engine reruns. I'll download
You
this.
were my first
It was bad.
I was meant to do this when I went to VCA, man, do audio, the voiceover thing. For the first inter-class project, you were meant to just pick a voiceover and then just perform it. So I was going to do the, do you remember the audio tape? When you'd the tapes from the video store?
Oh, yeah.
It was I can't remember how that script went, but I wrote it down. It was like,
The Piracy Act.
what was it? It was like, have you ever bought a tape that wasn't quite right?
yeah. It was exactly like that. Wait, I want to try and find it.
Yeah, you can find it because I went to YouTube and found it. And that just brought me back to the old VCR VHS tapes, man, from the video store. Anyway, we've spiraled out of control. The whole point was pre-Y2K, post-Y2K.
Yeah. All right, let's put it this way. Okay. You could still communicate with friends any way you wanted before.
You got what
do you call
paid
it?
for.
Smartphones were.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Wait, I gotta play. Wait. Sorry, Johnny.
You got what you paid for.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ever bought or rented a videotape that wasn't quite right? It may have been a pirate copy, an illegal and inferior copy for which you paid good money. Pirated tapes are recognizable by poorly presented or photocopied jackets, poor sound and or picture quality, the lack of censor and other labels on the face and spine of the tape, and the absence of warnings, such as this at the beginning of the tape presentation. Pirate tapes rob artists and studios of their rightful income and add to the cost of a video to the consumer. Video piracy is a major problem in Australia. Please help us stop it. If you buy or rent a tape which you believe is not the genuine article, please phone this toll-free number for advice. Or write to Post Office Box 515 Mona Vale, New South
Whoever
Wales,
wrote
2103. This message is brought to you by the Australasian Film and Video Securities Office.
Dude, think about it.
If only they knew.
You would have to write a letter to somewhere in New South Wales.
I'm showing them.
Dude, what are you going to write? Hey, I bought a copy of, The Little
I don't
Mermaid.
think it's legit. Can you come and have a look?
Yeah, it's not right. What?
Yeah, look, just get rid of it, dispose of the copy. What are they going to tell you?
What are they going to
They're
tell
going to
you?
say dispose of the copy.
They'll tell you to get rid of it, and they might ask you where you got
Destroy
it from.
the evidence. Too much paperwork involved.
Seriously, dude, that was in the early 90s.
Yeah,
okay?
wasn't quite
right.
That guy that does a voiceover, by the way, he still does voiceovers.
Oh,
He's one of Australia's biggest artists, man.
Yeah.
No. Think about it, right? You'd write a letter to the guy in New South Wales saying what? My copy of Little Mermaid is dodgy. Mm-hmm. Okay. They tell you to destroy it, and they might ask you where you got it.
Yeah.
How long would it take for a letter to go from Melbourne to wherever it is in New South?
Few days.
Few days, but by the time they get to it, could be a couple of weeks.
By the time it gets to them, gets sorted through their mailing box, found, responded to, they send you a letter. You're looking at a month turnaround, man.
Because they're looking, please fill out this form.
Yeah.
They'll send you
That's
back
a month turnaround.
Yeah.
How do you respond to letters now? If you email, text, it's instantaneous. There's no dicking around. Oh, come on, man. I know you've had some shit customer service things, so have I, but let's be realistic.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, generally, you will get a response within the next 48 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
Even just to say,
possible.
we've gotten your letter, we're looking into it. Right? There's just an example. Piracy, then and now. But this is my point, yeah? What I'm saying is, I'm not saying pre-Y2K, post-Y2K as far as just social network. Okay, you're saying that you could contact anyone you wanted. Say, if we didn't have social media, we didn't have smartphones, you're saying you could still contact anyone you wanted whenever you wanted?
Yeah, because I'd still have a mobile, but I just wouldn't have all the extra bloat on it.
So what would you do? Okay, no. Okay.
Are we saying mobile phones are still around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could still use my phone to call wherever I wanted to go. I could still
There's no
message you.
internet, there's no,
Yeah, you
No,
wouldn't
there
have-
was still internet. With the Nokias, there was still internet.
Yeah, but you didn't
Yeah,
have
but
what you
see,
had now.
I think, dude, necessity is the mother of invention, okay? Basically, we went from, carrier pigeons and sending the messenger from the front lines through 100 k's on horseback to get to the chieftain to tell him that we're fucked.
Ah, that were the days.
You know what I mean? They're starving. They're eating their children now.
Bring smokes. Bring tobacco.
And a gallon of rum.
The Indian here with the smoke.
The smoke. It's a smoke signal.
It's a smoke signal for smokes. That's mad. No, legit.
I wanted Winfield.
We went no filters. You know what I mean? Send the kid back.
Harsh.
No. Think about it. Necessity is the mother of invention. So we went from that to writing letters and then shooting them through a carrier pigeon and then starting it. When was the first delivery service for mail? Honestly.
Let's have a look.
There's your first question to ask.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking now directly about social media, but you got to remember, this is the information age. Yeah, I mean, you had the age of discovery. All right, that brings up something else by Neil deGrasse Tyson. All right, remember to come back to that about the age of discovery. But think about that, man, because we're not talking about just social media. We're talking about the age of the information age. Now, you know, you could say that, if you didn't have the internet, you didn't have social media, you could still contact everyone, blah, 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 blah. But at the same time, if society has gone from, sending smoke signals from the mountain, they could have, the Indians on top of the mountain, or the bottom of the mountain, could have easily just sent a kid running to eventually get to the guy, right? To warn them, that the enemy are coming. But they figured out a way to do it quicker. Via smoke signals.
Yeah.
And then it became carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
Or they picked the best runner, then they gave him a horse, and then they gave him this, and then, it was just, they came up with new ways to make things more effective, efficient, quicker, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and have a bigger span. So that's the point, man. Eventually, social media was going to come round. It was inevitability. It was inevitable. Social media, to a point, was inevitable, man. Because we upgraded telegrams. Why don't we just use telegrams? Dot, Morse code,
Yeah.
Stop. Send help. Stop. Sincerely. Stop. No.
Your car's getting towed. Stop.
Is this about my cube?